Hello, friends. Okay, so I've never done this before, so hopefully it's not all glitchy or weird, and my kids may walk through that door at any minute, so I'm just prefacing this with that. Um, I've been feeling really strongly that I need to jump on here and do this, so bear with me as we get started on this. But for those who I haven't had the chance to meet yet, or we're new, or whatever it is, my name is Beth Hansen. I am a life coach, and I have a very, very unique opportunity to work in a few different areas. I work with family, I work on marriage, but especially in the pornography realm, and working with couples and families who have a Christian faith and who are really struggling with this in their home, whether it be with them as a couple or individually if you're struggling with it and you haven't broken out yet, or with a child in your home. And it's been a really interesting 5 months. So back in July of this year, that's kind of when this all started. Jared and I decided that our journey with pornography and in our marriage and in our family really needed, it needed to be not a private thing, that we needed to be able to help those who we saw struggling in a very public way. And this has been a really interesting journey for a few reasons. And I want to share this and the purpose of this little video series for first. The last couple of weeks have been really interesting and really trying. The last months in general have been. When you come out publicly about struggling with a pornography addiction, or having one in your marriage or in your family, the reactions that people get to you vary from being super supportive to super hurtful. And I don't think it's even intentionally that a lot of people mean to be hurtful. It's different, it's new, it's not something that's been discussed and talked about. And so it shocks a lot of people. And one of the comments that we get a lot, and this is how I'm going to preface this video series. I don't know how many videos will be in it. It'll be really short, but we'll talk about a few things from family dynamics and relationships to how to help those who are struggling to today's topic especially is judgment. And this is something that is tricky. This is tricky because pornography is something that it's not a fun thing to deal with. Okay. It's not. It hurts. There's a lot of emotional betrayal that come along with this. In a lot of situations, there's a physical betrayal. And from the outside looking in, especially if you've never experienced this before, it is very, very difficult to understand. And one of the comments, I want to address this comment first. Okay. This is something that Jared and I both have struggled with, from friends, from family, from people who we don't even know, since we have really come out and started talking about our journey and helping to work with these couples and families who are struggling with this. But one of the comments that is very regularly spit out is something about our dirty laundry. Why do we feel that it's okay to share this with the world? Or why do I feel like it's okay for me to talk about my husband's dirty laundry? Or why do we feel like that there's a need for that, because there's not? And something that I was really struggling with this, because for starters, I am not ashamed of my husband. I'm not ashamed of our marriage, of our family. I am actually very, very proud of what we've been able to accomplish, which is why I'm not afraid to talk about it. Okay. But the fact that I am talking about it doesn't mean everybody needs to talk about their journey. Okay. Your journey is your own. Be proud of it on your own level, whether it's personal or very public. Not everybody is called to share this, and it's not a fun thing to share. Okay. So when people say this comment, when this comment comes up about dirty laundry, one of the things that Jared and I both really had to have a testimony of was the atonement. Because if I don't have a testimony of the atonement, that laundry will forever stay dirty. Okay. But because of my belief and because of both of us having to utilize the atonement on our journey, we both truly know and believe that that laundry is no longer dirty. It is clean. That is something that I am very, very passionate about. Okay. I even called one of my sisters, and she's the one who put this so beautifully for me this week. was that that laundry is clean. And Jared and I feel very, very, very directed to hang that clean laundry out on our line for anybody to see. And that, I hope, gives somebody hope and somebody else understanding to know that the atonement really does cover that, and that we don't have to be ashamed, because shame is from Satan. It is part of the adversary. And if we are constantly shaming for past, I don't know if we truly understand the atonement allows us to move forward to the future. And that is something I really, really hope that we can understand, is that the atonement, in the atonement, there's no room for shame. And while, again, your journey doesn't need to be public, you don't have to be ashamed of what has happened in the past and where you are striving to become. Whether you're there or not, whether you are still having issues, or whether you are still fighting this struggle and battle and who are losing constantly, it feels like, or whether every once in a while you sink in back to that pornography habit, or whatever it is, realize that the Savior does not shame. Okay? The Savior is striving to help you make that laundry clean. That is what he died for. So this week, I really want you to sit back and see where judgment is taking place in your heart and in your head. Because whether you're afraid to face it, or whether a family member has come out and that's a scary or a dirty thing, realize that the Savior isn't afraid of the scary and the dirty things. Okay, he came here for the scary and for the dirty things. And because of him, things are made clean. Okay, it might not be made clean today. It might take us years. It might take us into the eternity, but the Lord plays the long game. Okay, we have time. So while it feels scary, know that you have time, and know that there's hope, and know that even if you are judging yourself, Christ is not judging you. Okay, he wants you to come to him. If you are afraid of this situation, or you're judging a family member, or afraid of what somebody might think of you because of that family member, go to the Savior, because you're going to have your own journey through this than the person who is struggling with it, or the person who their wife is struggling with it. There are things that you will never be able to understand. So take them to the Lord, because he's the only one that can really take that judgment out of your heart and your head and replace it with hope. Okay, that's the end of my thought for today. Again, I'm kind of winging this, so I'm not exactly sure everything. I have a few course topics, but if you know somebody who's struggling, or you're struggling, please share this with them. Okay, if they need help, have them reach out. If you need help, reach out. There are so many levels of pornography. There's the grandparents, the parents, the person struggling, the person's spouse, their children. If you fit into this realm and you need help, you need something, you don't have to talk to everyone, but you do need to talk to someone. Okay, and before you assume, because it is so easy to assume, ask the questions. Go to a source and get some help. Okay, the Savior is the ultimate source. Go to him. Okay, if you need help here and the now, find somebody to talk to. If you don't feel like you have a community you can talk to, come find me and Jared. We are more than willing to talk, and this is what we have felt directed to do, okay? And we will do our best to help, again, just build that testimony and that belief that, again, the laundry is not dirty, okay? The laundry is clean. And Jared and I are very proud of our clean laundry, okay? Until next time, we'll talk soon.